Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Okay, so we looked at the lesson plan, and the lesson that we're going to work on today is Uber versus Lyft. Okay, we're down in Chicago. We're down at the Illinois Polka Fest, and we have to figure out where our price points are for using Uber versus Lyft. Now, let's backtrack. What's the stuff that should be done when we come into class? So let's go to the day before, okay? And the one thing that we need done is we're looking at our review and extensions are done. And then the options for reviews and extensions, okay? They could have been completed by hard copies, or they could be submitted on Google Classroom. And we know whether we do hard copy or Google Classroom that we can always go online for our homework help. And then additionally, I'm going to have a video that parallels the homework help. Sometimes it's just nice to have somebody in front of you kind of stepping you through it. Okay, so we're going to have this video that kind of parallels the homework help. So when we come in, we'll have this done. The other thing that we're going to have done, it's called the screener. And what we want to know is what are the prerequisite skills that we need to get into our groups and start investigating. So specific to what we're doing with Uber versus Lyft at Polka Fest is we need to know, do you know the legal moves for tiles? Okay, so we're going to go through 4 legal moves. You know, canceling out with zeros, adding on equal sides, subtracting on equal sides, or taking equal pieces off of each side. So those are the 4 things that we want to know. So on a screener, it's going to be about 5 to 7 minutes. It's going to be 6 questions. Those are going to be set up through Edpuzzle. And then those Edpuzzle questions are linked right to Google Classroom. So even before the kids get in the morning, I could just see the kids that struggled with it, the kids that were able to finish it, the kids that didn't do it. Okay, and that will lead us up into our tier before we break off into groups and starting our investigations. So if I looked at tiers, I would say like our basic tier would be a 0. That's our default tier. And a tier 0 just means the kids went home, they completed their screener, they understand the prerequisite skills, they're ready for the investigation. Tier 1, they didn't do their screener, so when they come in, they open up, they spend the 5 to 7 minutes, they finish their screener, they move to their investigations. Tier 2, they didn't do their screener, they open it up, they've got a couple questions, we cycle around, they finish their prerequisites, and then they move to their investigations. Tier 3, they didn't do their screener, they have a hard time understanding the concept of the screener. We sit down in a small group, and then I'm able to facilitate working with that small group, going through the screener, and then figuring out the prerequisites for the legal moves to move into the investigation. Tier 4 is the same as Tier 3. We need a little more help. You know, maybe we get the help of an aide. And then Tier 5, same as 3 and 4, but maybe that's a situation where we need to pull out for more specialized help. Okay. So this is going to take place the night before. And again, this is the review and extension. This is our screener. And when we come in the next day to talk about Uber versus Lyft and to talk about the Chicago Polka Fest and our price points, we should understand our legal moves. Okay? So next, we are moving into looking at the specifics of Uber versus Lyft.